All right, let's get right into it. We've all had fun playing with AI image generators like Nano Banana, right? They're super fast, they're easy, and they're a blast. But if you're ready to level up from just playing with AI to actually producing professional work, well, you're gonna need a much bigger toolkit. So today, we're gonna break down the essential tools you need to go pro. Does this feel familiar? You spend an hour, maybe more, getting the prompt just right. You finally get a logo that looks incredible, but then you try to blow it up for a t-shirt and it just turns into this blurry, pixelated mess. Or maybe you create the perfect character for a comic, and in the very next panel, they have a completely different face. Yeah, it's a huge headache, and that's exactly what we're going to solve today. So here's the best way to think about it. Nano Banana is kind of like the fast food of AI. It's quick, it's convenient, and it gets the job done in a pinch. But what we're building today is the professional kitchen. We're talking about a whole set of specialized tools that let you create something truly amazing, work that's actually ready for the real world. And our first stop on this journey is what I like to call the vector vanguard. This is all about tackling the #1 issue for any professional designer: scalability. We're talking about making images that can go from a tiny little app icon to a massive billboard without losing a single bit of quality. And look, when you talk about vectors, you just have to start with the undisputed champ, Adobe Illustrator. This isn't just some other app. It is the gold standard for a very, very good reason. So what's the big deal here? Well, here's the fundamental difference. Nano Banana basically draws a logo. It's just a collection of colored pixels. But Illustrator, it constructs it with math. It creates what are called true SVGs. These are clean, editable paths that form the bedrock of any serious brand identity. And now you can even generate these directly from a text prompt with its built-in Firefly AI. It's pretty wild. Okay, but what if you don't want to dive into the whole Adobe ecosystem? I get it. For web designers or really anyone who wants some serious vector power right in their browser, there's Recraft AI. And let me tell you, this thing is an absolute beast. And check this out. This is why it's so cool. You can literally just drag and drop a messy, pixelated PNG file into it, click one button, and bam, you've got a clean vector. But its real secret weapon is the infinite canvas. You're not just making one little image at a time. You can build out an entire mood board, a whole design system in one single seamless space. It's a total game changer for UI and UX work. Now, let's talk about a very specific but oh so common problem. You used some other AI tool and you got the perfect image. I mean, it's exactly what you wanted, but it's a PNG. It's locked in place. You can't edit it, you can't scale it. That's where Vectorizer.ai comes in. Think of it as the ultimate bridge. So instead of using some clunky old tracing tool, this thing uses deep learning to intelligently figure out how to turn those pixels into smooth vector paths. It's especially amazing at handling complex color gradients, which is where almost every other automated tool just completely falls apart. It is perfect for cleaning up a rough AI sketch or even restoring an old, low-res logo. Okay, so after all that talk about vectors, I can kind of hear you asking, do I really need to go through all this trouble for a true SVG? Is it really that big of a deal? And the answer is a resounding 100% yes. If you plan to print something, anything, a t-shirt, a business card, a giant banner, a pixel-based PNG is going to look blurry and just plain unprofessional when you scale it up. A vector-based SVG, on the other hand, will stay perfectly crisp and sharp forever. It's literally the difference between looking like an amateur and looking like a pro. Okay, so we've solved the technical problem of scale. Now let's pivot and tackle the creative challenges, which are just as important. We're talking about getting absolutely stunning artistic quality and, this is the big one, maintaining character consistency. Now, before we dive into this next set, just take a quick look at the lineup. You see how each one has a very specific job? Recraft has its design canvas, Seedream has character memory, Quen nails the text. This right here is the whole philosophy of building a pro toolkit. First up in this category is the one you've definitely heard of, Midjourney. And I want to be super clear here. When it comes to raw, cinematic, artistic quality, Midjourney is still, without a doubt, in a league of its own. Look, if Nano Banana is a solid 7 out of 10 for pure artistry, Midjourney is a 12.
The lighting, the textures, the physics, it's all just on another level. But the truly mind-blowing part is that it understands photography language. You can ask it for a shot using a 35mm f1.8 lens, and it will actually give you the specific depth of field and character of that lens. It's not just making pictures, it's for true world building. All right, let's talk about the holy grail of AI character design: consistency. This is where Seedream 4.0 from ByteDance enters the chat. And believe me, this is a massive game changer for anyone making comics, storyboards, or even AI influencers. So here's its superpower, a feature called subject reference. You give it one single picture of your character's face, and the AI just locks onto it. Then you can change the clothes, the background, the camera angle, whatever you want, and it doesn't hallucinate a new person in every shot. The face stays the same. This is the solution we have all been waiting for. Okay, we've covered scaling and artistry. Now we get to the real specialists. I want you to think of these tools like scalpels in your AI surgical kit. They are designed to solve very specific, very important problems with absolute precision.
First up is a tool that solves one of the most maddening problems in all of AI image generation: getting text right. Everybody meet QWen Image, the no-typo legend from Alibaba. So why is this one so good at text when so many others fail? It really just comes down to raw power. It's running on a massive 20 billion parameter model. That huge number basically means it has way more brain power dedicated to understanding what letters are and how they should look. So if you need a social media graphic that says open 24/7, Qwen will actually nail it on the first try, saving you so many headaches. Next up, we have Cuddy AI, which is interesting because it isn't a single generator, it's something way more useful. It's a command center. Think of it like a Netflix for AI models. And this is what makes it so valuable. You can create a character using that amazing Seedream model we just talked about, and then, right there in the same tab, send that character directly to a video model to bring them to life. It's a completely zero-friction workflow.
And finally, let's talk about editing, but specifically for business needs. Design AI, which some of you might know by its old name, Styler, is the pro's choice for editing photos in bulk. It is a magic eraser, but on an industrial scale.
This is an absolute must-have for anyone in e-commerce or real estate. The killer feature is batch processing. Let's say you have 20 product shots with an ugly reflection or a logo you need to remove. You just upload all of them, apply the fix one time, and design takes care of the rest. And its generative fill is so clean because it actually analyzes the surrounding context to rebuild the erased area perfectly.
So, after going through all of these incredible tools, we finally arrive at the single most important lesson of the day. This isn't about finding one perfect tool to replace Neno Bana, it's about changing your mindset. It's about building a professional workflow by putting together a whole suite of specialized tools. This is the pro creator's mindset, using the right tool for the right job. You might start your process in Midjourney to get a beautiful base image, or in Seedream to get a consistent character. Then you bring that into Illustrator or Vectorizer to make it professional and scalable. You use Qwen to add flawless text and design to clean up any little imperfections. And you use a hub like Cuddy AI to tie it all together and make the whole process smooth.
So, there you have it. You've moved beyond the AI fast food joint. You've seen the tools, you understand the workflow, you now have the keys to the entire professional kitchen. So the only question left is, what amazing thing are you going to create first?